Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and I gotta tell you, I love life. But when I'm not being a husband, a father, a grandfather, an author, or a practicing chiropractor, I'm the host of the television show Loving Life with Dr. Tim Weir. I love to cook. I love to travel. I like to spend time with people who do what they love and love what they do. Join me and Elvis for the next 30 minutes as we help you discover how to love life. Hey, thanks for joining me for this episode of Loving Life. We are going to have a blast today. I have David Pagan with me. His TV show is going to knock it out of the park. You're going to love him. We're here at the Raleigh Farmers Market. If you haven't been here, it's the place to be. Don't change that channel. Ma'am, I see you touching the dial right now. Leave it alone. Stay right where you're at. We'll be right back.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you a lot of times an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications. With spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
So we're here at the farmers market here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And as you can see, there's just a tremendous amount of stuff. I'm telling you, if you want to buy local, this is the place to go. Apples, collards, all kinds of stuff. Let's check out what they got. I mean, look at here, the fruit and all the vegetables. I mean, these guys probably were out in the garden picking this morning and brought it here. So look, we're at the farmer's market, fresh fruit. Look here, this is like Fuji sweet apples. This is Michelle's fresh fruits here. There it is. And the cool thing about, listen, if you did this at Food Line, they'd throw you out. You can check it right here. Now, I like that one. I like the sweet stuff. Very good. Okay, so I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get some apples for Thanksgiving. Let's go. Okay, so look at here. These are what they call baking pumpkins. Is that right? Baking pumpkins? And this is what you make good pumpkin pie from. I know, a lot of you thought it just came from a can, but this is how you make the original stuff. And then, look, here's more collards, but this is something that is absolutely fabulous for you, and that's sweet potatoes. Here's what we do. You just wash them up, put them in a roaster pan, put them in the oven for at about 350 degrees until they're just really nice and soft. At that point, these peels will just, they just come off. And then you put them in there, whip them up if you want to, like I do. Put a little brown sugar or stevia, and then just chow down a lot of butter on these things. Man, but those are fabulous. You can get a whole box of these here for 20 bucks. You can't go wrong. I'm talking fresh. So we're at the farmer's market. I'm glad you came back. You got these things. These are called collards. If you're new to North Carolina, these things I fell in love with. I know it sounds crazy. I'm with Helen Wise. She's with Wise Farms in Mount Olive. Barbara, right?
Kathy.
She just changed her name since I talked to her. It's Kathy.
I am hurt. You hurt my feelings.
Yes, sir.
No, but really.
How do you cook these things?
Well, you get your ham hock and some fat back from the supermarket, and you boil that until it's real tender, and then you use that broth to cook your collards in.
Okay.
And what you do is cut your collards in smaller sections so they won't be real big leaves.
Yeah.
Put them in, you wash them really good, and then you put them in that broth.
But these look like they've been washed pretty good,
They're
huh?
very clean. You won't have to wash them but one time.
Really?
Yes.
Now, this big stalk and everything, does that stay in there?
Yeah, this is a stem, and it stays in there.
Yeah.
And it cooks.
Kathy, talk a little bit.
It really cooks
I will.
tender. It cooks very tender.
Okay, so
And the best time to get them is after they've been bit by the first frost of the year in the fall.
have these been bit?
It makes them
Five
tender.
times. 5 times.
These are frost-bitten collards.
So they don't take as long to cook.
Really?
Tender, whereas if you cook them before the frost, it'll take longer to cook.
The
But once
frost
they're
makes them
frosted-
more tender and a little bit sweeter and delicious. And
Now,
you see my sign says frost.
I saw that, and very tender and fresh.
Yes.
That
That's
sounds
the
like
key.
me.
That's the key.
Tender and fresh.
Well, we'll have to think about that.
Okay.
And like Miss Wise was saying, with the ham hock and the pork, salt pork or strychnine fat from the grocery store.
Is that what you were talking about, was the pot liquor?
You make that pot liquor first with
Okay.
that pork, fat back, whatever you're using.
Then you cook that in there.
In the
And somebody has told me that pot liquor is just good to drink. It's
is.
just really good for you because all the vitamins
Right.
go into that pot liquor.
That's an old thing, though, drinking the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't drink the pot.
Really? But could you make other things with that pot liquor?
You probably could make some kind of dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings.
Cornbread dumplings in it, but I just use the broth.
Yeah.
To cook my collards.
And then I like to chop them up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
And then do you fry yours then, like a little bit?
No, you just chop them. You put them in a big old colander and mash the water out, and then you chop them with a food chopper as fine as you want to chop them. And they are delicious.
They are. Absolutely.
Farmers Market. Helen's right here at Wise Farms. She's got these beautiful collards. You can't get those at a grocery store.
Not like that.
Come on down and get them. Thank
And
you for
these
being
are the
with
best.
me.
I always come here to get mine.
See, she always comes here.
And as,
You're awesome. Thank you,
as it
Kathy.
turns out, me and her are in the same family, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Well, I am too.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
Really? Are
Yes.
you wise as well?
I'm wise.
You're a wise man.
Thank you. I thought she would never say that.
Had to throw that in there.
You see my
Wise men still seek him.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Don't change the channel. We'll be right back.
I've been in an accident and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do.
I was in an accident, and I don't have insurance. Now what am I going to do?
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir, and if you've been in an accident, but you don't have health insurance, it's okay. We accept third-party liens. That means we'll wait for the insurance company to pay us. So if you've been in an accident, call us today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
There are people, there are circumstances all around you that are constantly trying to push in on you. I call those pressure points. And when that happens, their whole goal and their whole idea and the whole idea of those circumstances is to push you down and to make you feel small. You literally feel like you're in a small box. Here's a little key. I call it shoving your pressure points out. I love doing it at the beach, but you can do it anywhere. if you'll do this, right where you're at, envision a box all around you. And all those four corners of the box have these little balls. They're little balls. There's one right here, there's one right here, there's one behind you, there's one over here. There are also four, one down by your feet on either side. And push those pressure points out. That's why I love to come to the beach, because if you look here on the beach, you'll see there's absolutely just clear horizon there. Sometimes I just sit here and I push my pressure points out. If somebody's trying to push them in, push them out. Push it out that way. Push it out and envision the earth going around, and you're going to push that pressure point down there. And whatever situation that you're dealing with right now, I want you to just envision that in your mind. Now I want you to take that pressure point and start pushing it out. Push out this one. Push out that one. Just close your eyes if you have to and start pushing those pressure points out. And you're going to feel yourself begin to release. And pretty soon the people who've been trying to push in on you, they're not going to be able to push that in anymore. And guess what? Pretty soon they start, where they're not even going to bother with you anymore, because it's not worth it. Remember, it's all about choices. Choose to push those pressure points out. Choose not to take the box anymore, but you're going to push it out. You're going to take control. You're going to make the choices, and you're going to take control of your life. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're at the farmer's. Oh my God, look, it's David. Hey, David.
Yeah.
Tim Weir.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, Dr. Weir.
Listen, you're in town shooting some stuff. What are you doing for your TV show?
I am. Yeah, we're here shooting for Project Rico. So we came to the state farmers market, which is, I love farmers markets.
Yeah.
That's all I do back in Orlando. So I wanted to see some of the local produce, see if I can spot anything that'll go good with my sauce, stuff like that. I wanted to meet the people here, man. I love artisans.
Now, isn't it crazy? Because from different areas of the country, there are different types of foods.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've gotten some of the best pointers on my sauce from the people that have no idea what it is all around the country. Nebraska, Minnesota, California, here in North Carolina. You know, they're giving me ideas on how to use this stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about the sauce.
Yeah, it's sofrito, which is our traditional cooking sauce. It makes everything that we make in Puerto Rico, with the rice, the chicken, the pork, the beans. It's what gives it the signature, signature sabor or flavor, as we say in Puerto Rico.
Could you say that one more time?
Sabor.
Oh man.
Yeah, S-A-B-O-R. Yeah,
yeah.
Sabor. Yeah, it's a pretty sensual word.
So, like a lot of vegetables, like collards.
Lots. I haven't gotten over there yet. I really want to see some of them. But yeah, lots of vegetables. I'm looking for bonsai trees. Honestly, they're one of my favorite things. So that's why I was over here taking a look at some of the succulents and stuff like that. Yeah, very succulent section.
I know where there's a bonsai farm here in town.
Do you? We'll talk about it.
Just saying.
Yeah. We'll get into it. Yeah, but the produce I got to get into.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about the show. What's it all about?
So the show is basically me introducing Puerto Rican food, culture, music, me as an entrepreneur getting this, my brand out into stores. And the point of it really all is that it's all of those things are intertwined in our food. You taste all of it there. When you hear the music, you hear all of it. And it's, I want to bring that to the American people. We've been neighbors for over 100 years, and we've never had you guys over for dinner. So I want to have you guys over for dinner.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. We got you afterwards, man.
Yeah,
we got some roast pork.
Yeah. I think you really learn a lot about people when you sit down and break bread together and share.
Yeah, that's some of my favorite moments when I was growing up were when my family, my parents, had people over for dinner, whether they were visiting from out of state or family or just really old friends. Those were my favorite memories when I was growing up. That's where I really felt connected. It used to break my heart when they left, and it was always over food. Then there was music, then there were stories, and then you could really relate to people in general. We didn't just hang around with Puerto Ricans. We grew up around so many different cultures, and I love it all. And especially when it comes to food, everyone has their own version of about the same thing.
Right.
Just like a language. So just like you found that word interesting, sabor, we all have something that interesting
sure.
that's
Isn't
amazing
that cool?
to somebody else. And I just want to share. I was raised sharing. If I have, give. So this is what I have to give.
It's like all those things are it's comfort food to you.
It is all of it. The music, the food, the dancing. It all reminds me of home, and it all is very, very family oriented, very culture oriented. It's really one big family.
I seem to be a little bit more comfortable than you, though, because
in this, well, that means you missed the shirt I was in earlier. It looked like I had my daughter's shirt on.
wow,
Yeah,
cool.
it was the only one I had.
It's awesome to meet you, my friend.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Collards, you got to try them out. They're the North
get into
Carolina
them.
thing.
Yeah.
And
I may need your help pointing them out, though,
Okay.
because I'm not familiar with it. Yeah.
Sounds
and
good.
if I see any sofrito, I'll point it out for you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Don't change the channel. We'll be right back.
Stay with us.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you a lot of times an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
You know, I get questions all the time about health and what should I eat, what should I not eat, and all that kind of stuff. One of the biggest things that I see that people do, and that's drink soda drinks. I'm telling you, they buy it in, it's like 2-liter bottles, and they go through 2 of those a day. There are health issues that you have to look at with that, with all the chemicals they've got in it, with all the sugar that's in it. And if they're unsweetened, then you have to look at the chemicals from those sweeteners. They cause some major problems, I'm telling you. And so that's number 1 issue. Number 2 issue is this. You've got to drink water. A lot of health issues come as a result of not having enough water. And I'm telling you, this is something I hear more and more every day. It's this. I don't like the way water tastes. Personally, I didn't think it tasted like anything, but there are some people who just can't drink it. So what I found and what I have been doing for the past couple of years is this, and it's really, really simple. You get your glass of water, just plain old water, and then just get some lemon juice. This is just concentrated lemon juice. And what you're gonna do is you just take it, and I always like to shake it up a little bit so that everything is distributed in the way that it should be. And as you can see, it's not rocket scientists that have to do this. You just pour some in. If you like pretty strong, just add 3 or 4. And don't start drinking yet, okay? Now, my friends at Now Foods have put together this, it's called Better Stevia. It's liquid stevia. There are several different types of sweeteners out there. Stevia comes from a plant. In fact, you can go to the Home Garden Center and they have stevia plants. I did this with my grandkids this past year. You just pinch off a piece of that stevia plant and it literally is very sweet. So they have taken this and they have made it into a liquid form. There's powdered stevia. It doesn't work as well doing this. The liquid is good. You can go to Amazon.com, you can go to Now Foods, and order some of this. And you just put some of this in there. And look, you put it in and automatically it has already begun its job. If you like lemonade, it's just like drinking lemonade. Another thing that you can do is you can get like club soda water, just plain seltzer water, and use that instead. Put this lemon juice in with it, put the stevia in with it, and it tastes just like those drinks that you really like. It's all about looking at what I eat, what I'm doing, and if I need to change it, I'm going to change it. This is one change that you can make, and this keeps you loving life. You know, one of the choices that you have to make in healthcare and in your health is eating good stuff that's really good for you and that's going to build you up and not tear you down. And so a common question is, where do I get that kind of food? You know, I don't have a big organic store around me. Well, if you live in a pretty good sized city in America, you're probably going to have a farmer's market or something like that in your town. And I'm with Ronnie Best here at the Raleigh, North Carolina Farmers Market.
Hello.
I'm glad you let us come here.
Glad you come.
Tell us a little bit about the farmers market, how long it's been here and all that kind of stuff.
The original farmers market was built in 1955. This was a new facility in 1990. So we've been here almost 20 years.
Wow. That's amazing, isn't it?
It's really amazing. I mean, and we've grown. We're at capacity now. All of our spaces are rented. I mean, we're at capacity.
So you've got farmers basically from this particular region of North Carolina.
Most of our farmers come within about a 60-mile radius. A lot of the good produce growing land is down around Johnson County, Meadow, Benson, Newton Grove area. And when they put in Interstate 40, give them an opportunity to get to the market quick and easy. And that's one of the reasons that we're as successful as we are.
So what kind of stuff are we going to see here today?
You're at the peak of North Carolina growing season. You'll see it all here. You know, you won't see strawberries, the early season crops, but you're still seeing blueberries. You'll see apples, you know, watermelons, cantaloupes, butterbeans, peas, corn, tomatoes. I can go on and on, okra. I mean, you really will see it almost all. Everything that's grown in North Carolina, you'll see today.
And it's fresh, isn't it?
Come see. Some of these folks will bring in a load of corn first thing in the morning that was picked yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
And they'll sell it first thing in the morning. So they're actually picking another load now that will come in. Sometimes they'll go through 2 or 3 loads in a day.
Now you told me how many people come, like tomorrow, Saturday, how many?
It's not unusual to have 35, 40,000 people. We had 3.5 million visitors last year.
Wow. That little ATM back there was humming, wasn't it?
It was. They wanted to put another one in.
Well, if it's okay with you, what I want to do is just kind of walk around and just see the vendors and talk to them. And then I just want to see what happens out here.
Okay, absolutely.
Is that cool?
Sure.
It's awesome to meet you.
Awesome to meet you too. Appreciate you coming out.
Okay, stay right there because we're going to be right back. Hey, we're at the North Carolina State Farmers Market. That's across the street over here. Over on this side of the road is the North Carolina State Farmers Market Restaurant. We just ate there. I'm with Sherry Joyner. She's the manager of the restaurant. And Sherry, the food is just incredible.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. That's what we try to focus on, is the quality of the food and the good customer service.
Now, do you get most of your vegetables and everything from the farmer's market over there?
We get a lot from over there, but it just depends on what is in season.
Man.
So we try to accommodate, but sometimes we can't do that.
I had the collards inside and the field peas and some barbecue chicken. It's just awesome. You guys do an incredible job.
Well, I'd like to take the credit, but I got to give that to our cooks. They do a great job.
Now, this is not your busiest time, but boy, it was busy in the restaurant.
Yes, now we just opened on Saturday, so we're celebrating our grand opening, and all the people are really enjoying coming back. They've missed us so much.
That's awesome.
I know.
They just renovated some stuff here. Sherry doesn't know anything about it, so we're not going to talk about that. But it looks great in there. It's just a fun place. We had 12 people.
That's correct.
With all these little kids and everything, and they treated us like royalty. Just a great family restaurant. So this is a good place to come when you come to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Come by and see us. We'd love to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So how many of those compared with this? One or two?
What are we making? Just for like a meal?
Yeah, to dip.
Okay.
Just to dip. Yeah.
2 or 3.
Sit and dip and chat.
2 or 3.
So we need those in all these.
Yep.
Okay.
And your salsa, bit of salsa queen.
All right.
And then if you got some people coming over that you don't, really careful, get a couple habaneros
And slide it right in
and
there.
set that bowl right in front of them. And
they'll never come back for salsa.
yeah, I use that on my in-laws all the time.
Let's go make our salad.
Oh, that's what she's drinking. And that looks like.
Yeah. You want some? Should go with our salad?
What it is. Boy, that looks really good. What is that? What is that you're drinking that looks really good? Muscadine.
Half acres of experimental muscadines while developing a picker and a pruner. And then it just evolved into a big business with the demise of the tobacco industry.
Isn't that amazing?
Farmers have started planting, replacing
Grapes.
their tobaccos with with the muscadine grapes, and the muscadine is loaded with antioxidants, so it's very good for you. And then we had so many byproducts and couldn't find a local FDA-approved processor, so Mr. Taylor and family opened Divine Foods. So we're a North Carolina company, everything's locally grown and processed.
And it tastes good.
And it tastes good, and it's very good for you, yes.
Thank you for letting us be here.
Well, you're welcome, thank you.
Cider. Okay.
I've been in an accident and I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do.
I was in an accident, and I don't have insurance. Now what am I gonna do?
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Weir, and if you've been in an accident, but you don't have health insurance, it's okay. We accept third-party liens. That means we'll wait for the insurance company to pay us. So if you've been in an accident, call us today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Uptown Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Loving Life. It was great being with you today. We had a fabulous, fabulous show. This is a great place for you to come and shop. Local. This is local people. Listen, join me on Facebook. Just type in Loving Life with Dr. Weir. You can join me on YouTube, Loving Life with Dr. Weir. Go to my, what do you call that thing, website, drtimweir.com. I'm telling you, I'm so excited, I'm all over the place. It's all about this, loving life. Keep doing that. Makes life sweet. Till next time, see you later. Hey, thanks for... Glue be gone. We're waiting. We're waiting. There he is. How to cook collards. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back.
But I have them all.
I think it would ruin your wall.
It'd probably be over
Yeah.
But I have them.
Be a succulent wall. Hush now. Come on, we're going to talk.
You've got to have good pot liquor.